growing calls for temporary disability grants to be extended. Lobby group Black Sash says this must be extended until the end of March. The temporary disability grants lapse at the end of December. This affected just over 200,000 recipients. Beneficiaries have been queuing outside SASSA offices trying to renew the grants. So to discuss this, I'm joined now by Social Development Portfolio Committee Chairperson Mondli Gungubele. But Mondli, thanks a lot for joining us this evening. Social Development Minister Lindiwe Zulu admitted that government should have planned better to avoid the long queues outside of, for example, the Bellville SASSA offices, where even water cannons were used by law enforcement on people who just wanted services. Is that admittance, in your opinion, good enough, or should the department, in fact, have done more?
Let me thank you, Faith, your viewers, for this opportunity. Let me start by saying, as a portfolio committee, naturally, it has been concerning to us, and that's why we are calling the department to meet us on the 20th to get more information. The fact that it appears that there were no proper preparations for these eventualities, we've been actually worried about not just on this particular disability stuff, and a number of times during the pay times, the long queues that make people sleep overnight, who travel long distances because of the unpredictability of the logistics. But however, I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the fact that the minister was bold enough and leader enough to accept that the department could have done better, because if they knew that they extended this thing last year, they were supposed to have anticipated that if overnight 200,000 had to be reassessed so that they are actually paid. So these difficulties were supposed to be anticipated. We think the department could have done better.
Yeah.
I agree.
So as the department could have done better, we've got organizations, for example, like the Black Sash, that are saying, listen, just extend these grants until March. What is your view on that? Are you also supporting that call for an extension?
We're going to be very careful on that, Faith, because these are governance issues. Remember, when the minister had to extend, remember this type of a temporal grant, it's supposed to be reassessed on 6-monthly or yearly basis, so as to check if each individual qualifies to continue or not, so that proper decisions are taken. But because of COVID last year, the normal procedures were not followed, and they acted under those circumstances, and Treasury allowed them to extend and pay that. Now, Treasury expects them, before they do that, they meet those requirements, and that is between the department and the Treasury. But besides that, we must also accept, Faith, that this matter is finding a strong expression, not that there are no problems in other provinces. In a particular province, out of 200,000, 53,000 is only in the Western Cape, in particular in the city. Even that one is a misnomer, because that sort of problem, we don't find it equally intense across the country with regard to this problem.
Yeah. But however, Mabondli, you're speaking here about how processes need to be adhered to, and that process is between Treasury as well as the department. But at the heart of this, I think you and I can agree that it's people, right? People are not aware of the processes between Treasury as well as the department. In fact, I would even go a step further and say people don't care. People want to know that they're going to receive money so that indeed their livelihoods can be met. So while processes are happening, this is at the expense, unfortunately, of people.
Listen, Faith, I would support those who are saying, whilst these logistics are being resolved, the best should be done to alleviate the stress that people are being subjected to. Remember, it's COVID time, and that desperation makes them to get into those congested lines. And it's not only those lines, there's also an issue of comorbidities. And there are other implications that we wouldn't want to see. If it is possible to resolve that, I would actually support that. But as a committee, it is better, Faith, to get their presentation on Wednesday so that we've got a bigger picture of the entire situation.
So we've got about 20 seconds between myself and you. Do you think that the department has got money?
We are supposed to have money for this type of problems. Actually, the department did say to me, the money did exist. What is important is that administrative imperatives must be met.
We're going to leave it there. The Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Social Development, Mondli Gungubele, giving us the latest in terms of the dissemination of those SASSA grants.